summer officially here. Most people, of course, logically thinking about vacation, and we know prices on everything, and not just everything, everything, right now are high. Food, gas, flights, the whole thing. So from hotels to vacation rentals, it can be tough for travelers to simply know, like, which way to go, which option is best.
Absolutely. Here with us this morning to help answer that question is Johnny Jett, founder and editor-in-chief of travel website JohnnyJett.com. Thank you for being with us today. And I will say, your last name, you cannot be anything but what you are because of your last name. I love it.
Thank you. It's not my real last name, though.
Oh, that's okay. Well, I get it. Stage name. It's cool.
It's all about marketing, my friend.
All about that. Well, first, there's this misconception that a vacation rental is cheaper than a hotel. I know I automatically, when I'm going on vacation, I automatically go to Airbnb, Vrbo, one of those. But that's not always the case. So what are some of the factors that lead to cost difference between these two options?
Well, I mean, it all depends how many people you're traveling with, and where you're going and what you want to do. I mean, if it's just a couple and you're only going away for a weekend, do you really want to deal with like changing the sheets and doing your own laundry and things like that? So a hotel might be a better option. But if you're with kids, I have 2 little kids, I'd much rather have a place with a kitchen, a separate room where I can get some peace and quiet and do some work while they're running around like maniacs. And so it all depends. I mean, one time I went to Orlando for a conference, and the host hotel was like $250, and I was bragging to my friend I got it for like $190. And I was like, how about you? He's like, you know what? We just got an Airbnb for $500 that has 4 bedrooms, a pool, a barbecue, and actually, if you want to come over later, come on over. We have free Wi-Fi, free parking, and I felt like a fool.
And don't forget that $6 bottle of water on your way there. No, listen, I have a 2-year-old at home, so your point about kids, hotel versus home, you're speaking nothing but truth, man. I hear you loud and clear. But so travelers sometimes are surprised by the added fees. There's always fees in the fine print, whether it's a hotel or a rental, like the cleaning fee or what security deposit, things like that. So what option, though, do people have when it comes to negotiating, perhaps for those fees to go away or at least come down a little bit?
Well, one of the things everyone despises in the travel industry are resort fees. So if you're going to a hotel, you can, the best thing to do is really book a hotel that does not have a resort fee or a city fee, whatever. They're doing it all kinds of crazy fees. But if you can't, you can always try and speak to the general manager. A lot of times they won't for Airbnb. You could try and book directly, find the host directly and book through them. But it's not as easy and you're not as secure. So that's why do not book through like Craigslist or Facebook. Always go through a reputable site like Airbnb or Vrbo.
Nothing says comfortable stay than Craigslist.
Like Craigslist, just in general principle, watch out for Craigslist.
So
you would be amazed how many people try and book there and get scammed.
Oh, gosh.
Or they're still looking for the body.
Yeah, oh, yes, that
Craigslist is going to be a little tough.
No, I want to talk to you something that's a little bit creepy here, and we have just about 30 seconds, but there have been reports of travelers finding hidden cameras in vacation rentals, whether that's in a closet or a hallway somewhere. Is that something that's really prevalent, or is that us just saying, oh, my goodness, we saw this headline one time, now we think that it is this widespread problem?
It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. So there are gadgets you can buy on Amazon that will show you where they are. And I'm actually going to invest in one myself. So always just double check, it doesn't hurt. And if you do see one, call the police right away, contact Airbnb or Vrbo and get them removed. And by the way, only book directly with like a superhost. I'd never book with anyone that has like no rate, no reviews. You don't want to take a chance, or ask your friends and family who they've booked with.
Yeah, that's
smart.
A good point.
Word of mouth is always good. Everyone reads reviews, and we all do that
I spent
now.
Hours.
Exactly.
And hours.
And in the age of COVID, maybe rather a rental, more family space than a hotel with a couple hundred people too. So that's a concern as well right now. We're still in the middle of this thing. So Johnny Jett, not your real last name, but brilliant marketing, founder of Johnny Jett. I keep want to say Johnny Depp. I'm like, sorry. Thanks for your time, Johnny. We appreciate it. We'll be back with more after this.